Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with Enchantment Control. There's no feeling quite like locking your opponent out of the game completely with enchantments. You can resolve a pestilence at just the right time and whatever matches you want by clicking on the timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video or subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the league. All right, guys, here we go. We got Bloody Tome in the sideboard. One forest is our start, but we don't have any of our early game mana, so we have to mulligan here. All right, I don't really know what more you can expect out of this deck, so we're going to keep it. Oh, yeah, getting stream sniped all night. I like Abundant Growth here because we can go Jungle Hollow, I guess, and then on turn 2, Forest. Or probably Scoured Barrens, and then turn 2, Forest, Abundant Growth, the Forest. And then Quiet Disrepair the Abundant Growth on the next turn, so I'm going to top this. And we do, yeah, we have Curse of the Bloody Tome in the sideboard, so we should have the deck list right here. Oh, goodness. The Pestilence Mirror. This is going to be interesting. Abundant Growth, that we knew about. Scour Barrens, go. Not often you see a Scoured Barrens Mirror. Oh my goodness, are we... Oh man, no, okay. Play faster. Play faster. It's the mirror. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Yep. We draw another Pestilence. Okay. So we'll have to find some place to put our other Quiet Disrepair. This is hilarious. They can just blow this up if we put our Quiet Disrepair on it, but I think that's a good enough kind of little game to play. So we'll go ahead and Quiet Disrepair their Quiet Disrepair. Pass his turn. Oh yeah. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna blow up their Quiet Disrepair right away. That's gonna be one of the deciding cards. We have a second one in hand. So as soon as they O-ring something, we can Quiet Disrepair their O-ring. So we're gonna blow up their Quiet Disrepair. Destroy enchanted permanent. There it goes. Okay. We find another land, not gonna do anything. We have 2 black sources to get our Pestilence down, but we do not have a creature to allow to survive to our Pestilence, so we just got to keep going. I'm not going to play a Quiet Disrepair because they might be waiting for something, or maybe I should, yeah. I think I'm going to play a Quiet Disrepair here. Quiet Disrepair, Abundant Growth, and Jungle Hollow, then pass. We'll play Protective Sphere next. Let's see what they've got. 7 cards in hand. I was a little worried about them just having like an O-ring or something to destroy this, but you don't really have to be worried about that. This is the... Yeah, they do. Oh, they get Abundant Growth, so Quiet Disrepair falls off. That's unfortunate. Okay, so doesn't really matter. Protective Sphere, tap land, pass the turn. We need a creature pretty bad just to like keep our Pestilence alive, but they have an infinite amount of like these O-ring effects. Oh, they have the first creature. Okay, so we'll play Pestilence. They might have to O-ring their own creature. Trace of Abundance isn't bad. I guess we might as well do that first. So Trace of Abundance, our something that can't make black mana, so probably Blossoming Sands. And add black, green, black. Okay, so you get to choose when you tap it. Okay, so go back. Tap this, 4 green, add black. Add black, add black, Pestilence, pass the turn. I think we prevent damage from this first, although I'm not sure. We're 24 to 24, so they're ahead on clock. We're going to have to remove this. And then we're going to have to find a way to gain life. So we're going to have to find a third Quiet Disrepair, the third Quiet Disrepair. They kill their own Heliod's Pilgrim. Okay, so we're going to lose Pestilence. That's a little unfortunate. And what's this? Quiet Disrepairs our Trace of Abundance. Oh, it gives the Land Shroud, not the Trace of Abundance. Oh, that's tough. Okay. We'll go ahead and ping for 1 before we lose Pestilence. Pass turn. Pestilence goes away. Quiet Disrepair. That's a decent draw. Okay, so we'll Quiet Disrepair their O-ring, and then pass turn. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. So if they blow up this O-ring, then we just get Quiet Disrepair back, and we just need an enchantment to put it on. We got to play really fast, guys. I'm playing too slow. Quiet Disrepair. Gain 2 life. Find Kirtar's Desire. Doesn't do anything. Pass the turn. What's up, Vepridnir? How you doing? We're going to F6. Keep the finger on the turn off auto yields if our opponent does anything that matters. Quiet Disrepair goes on the stack, gain 2 life. Gonna try to move that over to somewhere it makes more sense next time. Draw forest, play the forest, pass turn. Yeah, we're starting with the mirror match tonight. This is so funny. They find their own Quiet Disrepair. That's not great for us. We gotta destroy that or O-ring it at some point. So we gain 2 life and crystallization, no creatures to put it on, pass turn. They did reveal Curse, so I don't know if maybe they're waiting for blue mana to cast it. That's definitely a way for them to win the game, especially where they're gaining so much life off their own Quiet Disrepairs. We probably can't win this one. And for that reason, I should probably just scoop, but now they have their blue mana for the Curse. So this might be it. We'll see if we draw an O-ring off the top, but if we don't, I'll probably just scoop in the interest of time. Because they are ahead on clock. Another Pestilence doesn't do it, so we'll give it one more turn. They're playing faster than us, so I think we should just, we should just F6. They don't have a creature or a Pestilence, and preventing the 1 damage doesn't do anything with this, so we can just F6 through most turns. Find another Fertile Ground. Hope things are good for me. Yeah, they're pretty good, like, in life. But this is currently a little bit troublesome, so we Quiet Disrepair their Curse. We're going to gain life off of it for a little while. We probably should have got the Protective Sphere, but Curse is actually a better win condition. I don't actually know. Blowing up Curse of the Bloody Tome is definitely a good way to start. But they have more Quiet Disrepairs than we do, so I think we're actually just dead. Yeah. So we can activate our own Pestilence. I think we have to get rid of Curse. So we'll gain 2 life off this one. We'll get rid of Curse. But they are gaining more life than we are, so that's pretty troublesome. We can use Protective Sphere to fog the damage from Pestilence, but that doesn't really matter right now because their life total is so much higher than ours. Yeah, this is crazy. We got to get a creature and somehow protect it, which seems hilarious considering they have all the same weird hate cards we do. There's Healed's Pilgrim. Okay, so play Pilgrim. Figure out what we want to get. Probably Quiet Disrepair, but I don't think we have any left. We will use its ability, so what do we just want? A cantrip? Yeah, probably just a cantrip. What else? What are we looking for? More creatures? So maybe Fertile Ground's better because it adds extra black mana. So we'll tap this, doesn't really matter. Fertile Ground up a forest. Oh my good God. Fast turn. And next turn, we'll run out of Pestilence. I'm saving it in hand until we can activate it, just in case they were going to remove it this turn. So if they do manage to remove Heliod's Pilgrim, we'll at least get an activation or 2 out of it. There's Journey. Okay, so we would have lost our Pestilence. Quiet Disrepair on the stack. This is foolish. This is just foolishness. 1, 2, 3. Krufix's Insight. This could kill us though, so we've got to. Probably didn't draw anything productive there. We need our last creature or some way to O-ring one of their O-rings to get our stuff back. We might as well play Sphere just in case they deal with it when it matters. Play Sphere. Pass the turn. This is foolish, isn't it? They have so much life. We'll have to keep a creature around for multiple turns. Does this prevent all damage just to you? So honestly, that's like almost impossible. We'll have to have Pestilence over multiple turns, and they have way more life than we do. So I actually don't think we can win, but especially where we fired off the Insight, maybe we should scoop. Guys. What do we do? If we can keep it around for 1 turn, we'll be okay. Okay, that's problematic. We also have to deal with our Protective Spheres. Nope. Okay, we have to look at the deck list. I think we are going to lose. Yes. Because we have to O-ring 2 spheres. And have enough mana on the battlefield to like play a Pestilence and protect it. Are we out of Heliod's Pilgrims? 1, 2. We have 1 Pilgrim left, so we probably shouldn't even Krufix's Insight here. We'll just pass. This is bullying. We'll pitch Crystallization. He main Tome to hose us. Yeah, big time stream sniped. Well, it's going to be the Curse of the Bloody Tome battle next round. Or next match, game, whatever. Yep. They gain, sir, I gain some life. Play Scour Barons. And yeah, we can't Crucifix his Insight. We got to wait till we draw our Pilgrim so that we can play Pestilence, activate it a bunch of times, play Pilgrim, hope it doesn't get removed. But yeah, we're on 19 cards in Library. We should almost certainly scoop in interest of time here soon. Hey, thank you very much for the sub, Vapridnir. I appreciate that, man. Cheers. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to O-ring the Journey to Nowhere. We got to get rid of both of these Protection Spheres before we can even hope to win the game. Yeah, so we'll get rid of Protection Sphere. Pass the turn. Yes, Vapridnir. 5 months in a row, man. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. We've been together for a while. I remember you dragon voice named Mother Effer. All right, so Quiet Despair, get some life. Blossoming Sands, not a Heliod's Pilgrim. Pass turn. We only have 17 cards in Library, too. So, and they have 76 life. I think we're actually just going to lose. Aetheron! Yes! Let's go, man. Keep those subs coming. Yeah, I think they just win. We're probably going to deck before we can do anything. And we're low on time. Mother effer. That hurt like a bee sting. Okay, I am going to concede here. So the only way we could get into that, we have one... Yeah, we have one more Heliod's Pilgrim to dig to there. So we would have had to kill them in 3 turns with Pestilence, and I just... son of a bee sting. I just don't think we have enough... I don't think we have enough lands in our deck to kill them with Pestilence even over 3 turns. So it was a pretty obvious scoop there. All right, so Journey's not going to do anything. Take those out. And probably Crystallization as well. If they want to leave their creatures on the battlefield, so be it. And I think that's going to be our sideboarding. I guess Orinarlid, it's not hexproof or anything. Maybe we could keep trying to disrupt them, bring in like Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is probably better than Hobble. Yeah, they might not even have a creature to put it on. So bring in a Spell Pierce for that. And take out Gutshot for Spell Pierce. We're probably boarding out creature removal. Do we bring in Gnarlid? That could be like the next level. So we could maybe pump fake a little bit like that. We could keep in our Spell Pierces to protect it on the turn it comes down. Yeah, Gutshot's out. All right, so let's... Yeah, they can play 4 Gnarlid as well. Maybe that's their plan. See, that's why this is tough. We'd have 3 O-Rings and 3 Desires to draw to. And we don't even have that many auras left now. I guess, like, yeah, no, we do. We have tons. More than the average deck, for sure. Maybe we don't bring in this win condition. Maybe we leave this stuff out and bring in Gnarlids. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. What's a good answer for an Orinarlid? An Orinarlid. I could go down 1 pest as well. Okay, so I am going to bring in the Gnarlids. I'm with you guys there. I think the curses are good too. And we'll take out another pest and bring in another Gnarlid. Maybe take one of these Duresses out. No, Duress will be good for protecting it. Spell Pierce probably isn't bad here either. Need Tome more than Pest? Yeah, I agree. Spell Pierce is the only thing that I would consider bringing in now. So we're really... We can fight off the Gnarlid with Protective Sphere for a while. I think this is okay. So we got our curses, we got our Gnarlids. I think that's what we want to do. This isn't that bad, but we'll keep. The Crufix's Insights should help us. We just gotta hope we don't mill over all of our effing or Gnarlids. He Who Is in the Water, going down to 5. No friendly banter this game. Jungle Hollow, go. Scour Barons, yep. They can play faster than I can, so that's trouble. Jungle Hollow, and go. I'm going to Crufix's Insight before I Heliod's Pilgrim next turn. I don't want to thin and like get less hits off of this. Fertile Ground, yep. So they might find their own Orinarlid here. I would definitely prefer to have Heliod's Pilgrim ready to do something about that. Oh, we milled a Gnarlid. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. playing against Tron is so boring. I mean, playing against Tron, generally pretty boring. They run in their duresses, so I think we next leveled a little bit. I'm not going to Krufix his Insight next turn, because I think we're down one Gnarlid. I don't want to be too close to going down another. That was some pretty deep sideboarding. Oh god, the mirror. This weird deck. Was that a whelp? That was a little bit of a whelp. A little bit of a whelp on the milling the Gnarlid. They take Krufix's Insight, so they're going for the grind him out plan. We find our own duress. That's not bad. So duress you. Spell Pierce. They negate duress. Okay, so they have negates in the board as well. So we'll play a forest. Fertile Ground the forest. And add white mana. Trace of Abundance, Unknown Shores. Pass turn. Yeah. Straight up negate. She's pretty good in this matchup, I must say. In the enchantment control mirror, negates are pretty scary. They're going to Fertile Ground, so they're getting a little mana screwed, but nothing causing them too much trouble. Black mana. Duress. Going to take a Protective Sphere. Deckless is right here, my dude. Alright, Scoured Barrens, Heliod's Pilgrim. What could it even find here? I guess getting a creature down isn't the worst, but they might be able to jam a Pestilence because of it, so I'm going to hold on to it. We don't know what we're looking for. And if it goes long, I lose. So we very much have to find an Aura Gnarlid and a way to protect it, which is going to be difficult. We draw Scour Barrens. Not what we're looking for. So we're very low on resources now. As are they. Only 4 cards in hand. All right, what do we find? Scour Barrens. Okay. Building up our mana base. No way to kind of accrue incremental advantage here. Oh boy. 2 white mana. 3 white mana. Guardian of the Guild Pact. By God. All right, so we're going to add white and Heliod's Pilgrim for crystallization. Hopefully it's still in there. Did I take it out? Oh my God, I took it out, guys. I took it out. Curse is an aura, though. Didn't know that. Okay, so Guardian is going to be pretty good against us. So we'll tap this like this, add blue, Curse of the Bloody Tome on you. Play land, pass the turn. I know, we took out all the pacifisms. We were sincerely not worried about creature beats at all. That was kind of the idea. I hope that they kind of ducked and weaved, and we would go in the other direction and get them. There's Guardian. Yep. Find a forest. Okay, we'll play it. We might find Pestilence, which might matter eventually. Mill them with Curse. 40 cards in their library, but many O-rings to find. 2 cards in their hand. Their clock is faster than ours, and we don't have a way to deal with this Guardian. Ooh! Oh, baby. All right. Curse. You. Play land, pass. They knew about the land, so that's why Curse doesn't really matter. We're milling 5 a turn, or they're drawing 5 a turn. So 7-turn clock, they get us on a 10-turn clock. Krufix's Insight. I think that's worth it. We might be able to find... Oh, there's Pestilence too. Pestilence doesn't really matter. Does O-ring? O-ring might matter if they find an O-ring. I don't think the life gain... Oh, they scooped it up. Okay. Okay, we got him. So they're on the Guardian of the Guild Pact plan, apparently. Let's bring this crystallization back in. Oh, dude, okay. Maybe we want another Protective Sphere. Guys, this is ridiculous. Oh, this is so stupid. Okay, so Protective Sphere we probably don't want. Pestilence, we know they're going to help us keep Pestilence online now. What do we want Duresses for? Duresses to protect our Bloody Tomes seem good, so maybe we do want to keep 1 Pestilence out. And if we're not fully on the Pestilence plan, maybe we go down 1 Gnarlid. They saw the Gnarlid in the bin, so I think we go down the Gnarlids. They know we're on Gnarlid now, so let's bring back in Spell Pierce. And probably another Protective Sphere. We're going slow. We're slowing right back down. We're ducking and weaving, faking. This bad hand. This hand's not great, but it's fine. Abundant Growth, keep it on top. It might cantrip us into another land. We only care about hitting 3 mana, so I'm going to go Forest Abundant Growth now. Help us plan our turns out later. All right, so we are going to hit 3 mana on time. That's relevant. And what do they got? 2 mana. Quiet Disrepair, Fertile Ground. Okay. Our turn. Blossoming Sands, pass. And next turn, we're just jamming Pilgrim and getting Curse and hoping we can resolve it. We're certainly not going to run it into their negate. Duress, okay. Not going to take Heliod's Pilgrim. I wonder what it will take. Krufix's Insight? Yeah, I like the 2 Pestilence as well. We don't have to worry about it too much. They are worried about our card advantage. And Quiet Disrepairs our Abundant Growth. Yep. Not super relevant to us now. Krufix's Insight. Nice that we drew that. Will help us find another Curse. Tap this for white. And Heliod's Pilgrim. Go get Curse. Keep it in hand. They might have another Duress. So that could have been a bad move if they have another Duress, but I think we got to get it down ASAP and just go for it. Man, imagine if you could squeeze an Auramancer in here. That'd be pretty nice, huh? Gnarlid, Krufix's Insight. Okay, see what they find. 6 cards in the revealed card zone. Not going to get the forest, not going to get the forest. Krufix's Insight goes down as well. And so they drew 3. So they drew Abundant Growth, Fertile Ground. No blue mana up right now. So we're going to get to resolve Curse, but they might have an O-Ring for it. All right, Curse you. Go to combat, attack for 1. Pass the turn. Let the decking begin. Oh, we milled both of their curses. All right, guys, hoping and praying. Abundant Growth, so they're going to do a little bit of digging here. We're going to Krufix's Insight for another one of these bad boys, or for an O-Ring to free this bad boy. Or to get their Gnarlid or whatever it is. We got the Crystallization for the Guardian. They got 4 mana here. Quiet Disrepair on Curse. Oh no. Okay. That's trouble. We can't do anything about this right now. So that's too bad. We're going to lose a Curse. That's unfortunate. But we are going to Krufix's Insight. Hopefully find some mana. Maybe we should Trace of Abundance first. I think that's obvious. So green, white, Trace of Abundance, this forest. And go to combat, attack. That'll let us get up to mana next turn. They can blow up our Abundant Growth, so this lets us leave up counter magic as well. Pass the turn. You think you're confident we can win because they don't have Tome? Maybe. They are going to blow up our Curse now. Ooh, I don't want to turn off auto yields. Or I don't want to yield till end of turn. We have a Spell Pierce. Yep. I don't think I'll have any trouble paying for it though. Duresses. Okay. Okay. I don't like it, but it's going to have to happen. We only have 2 Pestilences. We have no way to get stuff back out of our graveyard. Pretty clutch Quiet Disrepair on the Curse there. There goes Pestilence. They now know about Spell Pierce, but they could sequence their turn in such a way that avoids running into it. So go to combat, swing. Pretty happy to find a land here, because now we can Krufix's Insight while leaving up Spell Pierce. Unless we find something more important to cast. Insight. O-Ring, Abundant Growth. We're going to lose a Duress and a bunch of lands, which don't really matter. We're just going to pass. Leave up Spell Pierce. It might matter. Pretty confident saying we can manufacture a standstill. Well, if we're just standing still for the rest of the time, they're probably pretty good at it too. So happy to find a way to get up to our next black mana. So Abundant Growth is Forest. It's their least versatile land. Scoured Barrens. We still haven't found our next way to win the game. We do still have Gnarlids left. Or no, we took the Gnarlids back out. So now we just gotta play fast. Effectively no responses here. Yep. They're cycling through their own deck. Now we just have to find a sphere or two to kind of lock down their pestilences. Turn comes back, find another land. Scoured Barrens gain some life. They're up to 31. Our Heliod's Pilgrim barely keeping their life total at bay. All right, let's see what happens. Yep, Blossoming Sands. So, bit of land go attack you with my Pilgrim. Nothing worth O-ringing here, especially if O-ring is their answer to our next curse. Another O-ring. We just lock the game out. Throw 3 O-rings together. And I don't think we're going to be able to Spell Pierce anything, so I should probably just play really fast. Maybe we should O-ring the Quiet Disrepair, but I feel like it might matter later. Abundant Growth, okay. Another draw. Yep, we draw Heliod's Pilgrim, nice. Gonna turn that clock up. White, green, white, whatever. Heliod's Pilgrim. 4 curse. Hopefully they don't have a negate. And curse you. Oh, they have the negate? Wow. Okay, there goes both of our curses. So we're either going to have to win through decking or win through damage. Which means we should probably take out their Quiet Disrepair. Where is it? It's right here. So we'll take this out with an O-ring next turn. See what this is. They might just pacify our stuff, which is a reason not to waste an O-ring on a Quiet Disrepair. Crewfix's Insight. Okay, I think we are going to do it because we don't have a ton of time either. So O-ring on Quiet Disrepair. See if they have any responses. And I don't even think we're going to Crewfix's Insight because we're ahead on cards in library. We don't want to just put 5 in the bin right now. So this way we have like a feasible way to victory with our Heliod's Pilgrims and potential Pestilence. But they are going to start pacifying them. Okay, so Kirtar's Desires come down. Yep. So fully pacified. Find Abundant Growth. Another redraw towards our potential Pestilence. Any lands that don't make black have to be able to make black. Scour Barrens. Okay. Scour Barrens pass. We're not going to go trying to deck ourselves with Crewfix's Insight here. Yeah. That probably would have been a better idea. Okay, so they have their own Heliod's Pilgrim. What's it going to go get? Curse. Oh, that's trouble. But we have the O-ring for it. Hopefully they don't have another negate. Yep. That was a 3rd curse. You come close for sure. Curse mills us. We lose a Pilgrim. It's not great. Okay, more O-rings are always welcome. So it doesn't really matter what we tap these for. O-ring, curse. Oh, if they have another negate. Oh my god, no! Okay, they have negate. They have 1/2 mana to pay for our Spell Pierce, so we'll let that go. Have to let it go. White, green, white, O-ring. Your curse. Kirtar's Desire, Heliod's Pilgrim, and pass the turn. Whew. Guardian, okay, sure. Got the answer to that. Let's go get blue mana and white mana. Crystallize the Guardian. Quiet Disrepair our opponent's... what do we take? I don't really know. I think we just Quiet Disrepair our own Abundant Growth. I don't really have much time to think about this. Pass the turn. Yeah, first match is mirror match. They O-ring. Okay, sure. That's awkward. They're going to O-ring Crystallization. Yikes. Oh, they're going to O-ring the O-ring for the curse. Okay, you got it. And I think that's it for our O-rings. So that's not good. Means we're actually going to have to win the decking war. Or find another Quiet Disrepair. We have what? One on the battlefield? Okay, so we might actually have to dig with this pipe. Dig with Insight this time. Protective Sphere, nope, not going to do it. Okay, so let's dig once. We might find Pestilence this way too. No, we find Quiet Disrepair and Kirtar's Desire, which is not what we were looking for, and now we were probably going to lose. We did actually, Quiet Disrepair might do it. So Quiet Disrepair the curse, but they are way ahead in the decking war. And on life. So this doesn't bode very well. Heliod's Pilgrim, yep. He who sticks the first Pestilence though, right? We have one more. 2 mana. They got Quiet Disrepair with that. This is pretty wild. We still have spheres? No, we don't. Bollocks. I think we have 1 sphere left. We have 1 sphere left. So it'll be Pestilence in the other sphere. Quiet Disrepair their Jungle Hollow. Yep. Alright, so which one's which? That's this one, so we want to gain life on that one. And destroy enchantment on this one. Get milled. Oh, that's our last Pestilence. Oh, guys, we're dead. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's match. That was the out. Okay, we have 1 O-ring here. 1 O-ring in the bin. That means we have an Oblivion Ring left to get our curse back. But I'm not super confident about that. Right? 1 O-ring here. 1 O-ring here. 1 O-ring here. Oh, and 1 O-ring here. So that's all 3 O-rings. So I think we're just dead. Dang it. Fertile Ground, yep. Doesn't really matter. And Kirtar's Desire this. Pass the turn. I don't think there's anything left in our deck that can get us out of this. We only have 2 Pestilences. We had 3 curses. I guess we have 1 curse left. I don't know if that's enough. Graveyards go away. Makes it a little more difficult to count things. Quiet Disrepair, sure. Oh man, hold on. So, does this matter? So if we do this and then get our O-ring back, it doesn't really matter. So we should hold on to Quiet Disrepair. Just in case. Man. Because we might find curse. Or do we just have 2? I think we only have 2, right? We just have 2. Maybe I'm crazy. Why do I feel like we have 3? Yeah, maybe I'm just crazy. This deck definitely needs that card that just shuffles your graveyard into your library. And pass. I don't think we have, we only have 2 curses. So I think we're actually just dead. So in the interest of time, because all of our pestilences are exiled now, all of our curses are dealt with, exiled. All of our pilgrims are locked down. You know what? I guess we could try to win through damage. We just have to go. No, that's too much damage. I would have had to, even if I quiet disrepaired a turn ago. Yeah, we're just dead. Got nothing left over here either. GG's. That was wild. So they had the answers on time, but maybe there's a way we could have won that. Sadly, I have to go in a couple of minutes and watch on YouTube soon. Just wanted to say, hey, and give deck specific and ANP general props from Denmark. Thank you very much. I think that's our first Denmark shout out. That's pretty cool. So 1 lander in the open, 1 land opener. This isn't great. Our opponent kept 6 cards. How many lands do we have to dig to here? Probably not enough to justify keeping this. 21 plus Abundant Growth to cantrip with? I don't really know. I don't think this is keepable. We get a scry and we're on the draw. Maybe it's okay. We have like 24 hits in the deck. I was having fun too. We don't have any card advantage though. I don't really know how we like dig ourselves back out. We still have Kirtar's Desire. Like we have a 1-drop. We have 2 2-drops. Nice, Mr. Carey 16. I hope you're having a great night. Hopefully we can snag some wins for you guys with our crazy... It was definitely a unique match. It was amazing. Man, he who's in the water, you had the clutch destruction spells. Never didn't have it, gang. Put on top. Thank you very much for the follow, Mr. Carey 16. I appreciate that, man. Oh god. Gonna be like this, is it? All right, well, it's probably not gonna be, is it? It's probably going to be a blue-black Delver. But this deck did do quite well in the field. Oh my god, they... Okay, it is it though? So they might not have foils, for what it's worth. We'll see if they leave up Spell Stutter, if they have the opportunity to leave up Spell Stutter this turn. I wonder if this is it Delver with Harvest Pyres to kill Gurmogs? Let's see what they do with this Preordain. With this deck after it 5-0'd recently, I just cannot stomach the Spell Pierce. Yeah, the negates were clutch, man. They definitely were the mirror decider. Well, maybe not definitely, but you know, that whole shebang. Untap lane would be great. Okay. So we can do one of 2 things here. We can play around Daze and make the next couple of turns pretty bad. Or I think if we get Dazed here, it's not the end of the universe. So I am going to try to Kirtar's Desire here because we can just run it back with Daze backup next turn. We just have infinite removal spells in our deck. So running 1 into Daze here at a pretty good tempo advantage is all right. I wouldn't think they'd be on Daze. That doesn't really make sense to me either. Shouts out to our opponent for playing slower than me. It's going to help. So Kirtar's Desire is not what we want to be quiet disrepairing, so we'll see if our opponent will give us a target for this Journey to Nowhere next turn. Although I doubt they have very many creatures. Gonna be a... Oh, it's a Delver. Okay, good. Might as well leave this open. They're gonna be casting all kind of cantrips and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like they're not on Daze. I feel like that would have eaten a Daze. They gotta be, right? They gotta be. Opponent tapping out. I can get behind that. So they're gonna gush. Wow, that's aggressive. Sure. That's very aggressive. Brainstorm. Yep. They have to lean super hard on Echoing Truth? Yeah. Desperate times. And even then we should have so much mana that we can just kind of like redeploy super quickly. I wonder how long it'll take them to scoop. Turn 3 Gush is a little skeptical, but I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate. It's I think some wise wisdom, some good wisdom came out of Link's one time when they said, "Don't you dare Gush before you can play one of those lands again." So I think that's just kind of general wisdom. You want to get it if you want full value Gush, you got to get that land drop. Got to turn it into a ritual too. It can't just be free. It's actually got to generate mana. That's insane. Like, if you guys ever just, like, gone through a list of cards trying... So, like, when you're trying to build combo, you're always looking for something that, like, generates mana, recurs a spell, like, does all these things. And Gush does all of that. It makes mana, it draws cards, it puts cards into your hand. It's just bananas, guys. All right, so let's go Forest. And Trace of Abundance, Forest. I didn't know that they had a land drop to make. So I was chirping pretty hard before I knew they had a land drop to make. And we'll Journey. Journey the Delver. Pass turn. And now we just have to land Trace of Abundance on this Journey to Nowhere, and we're just kind of... Then we wait. So let's try to bait with a Fertile Ground. So Forest... Fertile Ground on... so we should do it this way then. Fertile Ground on Forest. See how they feel about that. Yeah, they don't counter. Okay. I wonder if we go for it. They're representing pretty hard here. I think we're going to pass. If they run out Spell Starter Sprite, then we can try to remove it with Oblivion Ring next turn, and then we're just doing better. Yeah, so they had the Sprite. That didn't... We still could have Quiet Disrepaired. I was a little nervous about hard counter there. Next turn, we're going to run out Quiet Disrepair, and it makes Spell Starter Sprite matter a lot less. Yeah. Yep, Sprite gets in. Hopefully this isn't Ninja, but if they do tap out for Ninja here, it gives us a really good opening for a turn next turn. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's good news for us. Just cross your fingers and hope our opponent isn't on foil. All right, what's it going to be? I haven't, Mr. Carey. I should have. And all of you should go out and do that. All right, so Trace of Abundance, add white, Oblivion Ring, get rid of Ninja. Oh, we really have to get rid of this Ninja. I'm hoping they don't have foil. I wonder if they do. It's pretty feasible that they'd have 3 islands in hand here. So O-Ring the Ninja. And Quiet Disrepair. They have more incentive to get rid of the Oblivion Ring if they do have like main deck snaps and stuff. So that's why I'm getting Journey here. If worst case I like misclick or they actually bounce this, they just get Delver back and they don't get a turn of Ninja. So if they really have to get rid of our Quiet Disrepair that badly. And it might almost be time to... Well, they are a red deck. They can probably deal with our Pestilence fairly easily. We probably just have to wait until they draw all their cards. And try to hope they don't burn us out. Preordain. This deck only runs, what, 12 points of burn? We should be able to get out ahead of 12 points of burn. I wonder if Pestilence is worth it. We can resolve it next turn. What do you guys think? Do you think we should try to resolve Pestilence here? Oh, yeah, no, it definitely would have been better. I agree. All right, Disrepair, gain life. Do you think we should play You Wouldn't Pest? No, I don't think so either. Abundant Growth, don't mind that. So Abundant Growth, we want Abundant Growth lands that can't produce black. So Abundant Growth this. They can Spell Stutter here. They choose not to. We're just going to play the waiting game now. Pestilence, okay. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy way to remove creatures. Like if they get a Ninja down here, we want to, yeah. If they get another Ninja down here. 2 mana. Thinks about it. I really like Snap. Like, it kind of surprises me when decks like this don't play Snap. Augur, okay. So now Pestilence is more than a 2-for-1. I can start pinging them for 1. They find Scred. Okay. And is this Ninja? If this is Ninja, I might have to run out Pest and Pest X2. Yeah, Augur is good for me. Okay, guys. You just let me know when to pull the trigger on Pest, okay? I won't pass this turn too quick. We got a time advantage. Quiet Despair, gain some life. What do you think? Is it time to Pest? Yeah, time to Pest. Pest time. Let's go. Okay, and we want to maintain as much black mana as we can. So we should just go like this, get black, go like this, get black. And this should allow us to stop a Ninja if they get one down on their turn as well. So we'll see if they remove both of their creatures for us. They have Pyre and Scred, so they can just like kill Augur, kill Insect Elaboration. But we're not going to let them do that. Or if they want to do that, if they want to 2-for-1 themselves. We're going to wait and see if they play... Like, we're at 20, we have a Quiet Disrepair on board, so we're going to wait to see if they play Ninja next turn, and that's when we'll get Frisky and activate X2. Bring in the spice as always, TMG. Bringing it as always. Also, we have another Pest. You're right. The Gush on our end step. Guys, don't do that. This is ramp control. Maybe we finally found the payoff. I'm always talking about how there's no payoff for strictly mana ramp and Pauper. And Lenkenzie has made a very astute observation in the fact that we are straight playing land ramp control. Wait, TMG, what did I say? Find it uncomfortable that our junk deck makes Pestilence with greater ease than a white-black midrange deck. Yeah. I should have called it a prison deck. People love it when you call stuff prison decks. Here they come. Yep. Take 2. Sure. Especially if they tap out of one of the red sources here. Pest X1, pretty much free. Because it means we get to keep it for another turn. Miscreant. Okay, sure. And I don't think we want to wait too long. I think we do Pest X1 here. Kill their stuff. Take 1. Opponent discards a bunch of cards. Oh yeah, opponent gushing at my end step. Yeah, it's... I try to be nice. But that's a faux pas. That's a big ol' faux pas. That's a faux pas if I ever pod. And now we have a billion Pestilence triggers. I wonder if they're just going to kill their own stuff. Kill your own stuff, opponent. I love that. Can it? I'm looking forward to it. And we're not going to get greedy until a Ninja comes down. That's when Insect Elaboration... Okay, another Augur is kind of strange. That makes it a lot easier for us to keep this Pestilence around. We get pretty much a Pest X2 for free on their end step now. And we can O-ring one if it gets to be too much trouble. Of course they attack for 1. Yep. Yep. So let's Pest 1. And 2. Pest X1, Pest X2. Gain some life. What do we draw? Abundant Growth. Okay, we are looking to find another... I guess it doesn't really matter. We are looking to find another Quiet Disrepair if possible. All right, Skyr Baron's gaining us some life. Just as good. Pass the turn. Brainstorms, yep. Or Mono Blue Delver because they are good decks, but forget the decision making in those decks is actually pretty difficult. It is quite difficult. Yes, Scion 47, I am aware of the existence of the spell Tranquility. It also costs 3 mana. This is like one of the only decks successfully casting 3 mana spells in the format. Probably like this one, Birdman decks. Pretty much only this deck and decks that Birdman plays. Or decks that successfully cast spells like that. Oh yeah, that's for sure that they underestimate Pauper. We got a lot going on over here. Now hopefully their sideboarding isn't sufficient enough to kind of completely junk us here. So go ahead and pest X2. Turn comes back. Gain some life. What do we draw? Gut shot. That's cute. Let's try to kill our opponent with gut shot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black mana now. So on their end step, we could... They're going to spread their own augur, sure. And... Spread their own augur, sure. All right, we're going to go for it. We're going to spread. We're going to Pestilence X7. Yeah, no, never mind. Doesn't matter now. This doesn't go away until your next turn. Opponent. Aura Fracture is a normal sideboard card? Oh my god. Pauper players also way overestimate the strength of their format. There are people who really believe their Pauper decks are stronger than Legacy decks. Well, there was a Scred Delver deck that did quite well in Legacy recently. I didn't know Aura Fracture was a thing. Isn't that like sacrifice lands, do all kind of nonsense? Isn't that what that does? Ponders, yep. Now the question is whether I Pestilence my opponent just super hard on my turn, or before their turn ends. We have another one in hand. We can deal with a threat. I think maybe I do. Pest X7 puts them down to 8, puts us down to 11. What's up, Nasty? Oh, was it just 4-3? Okay. Deluxe did play Aura Fracture recently. I think Aura Fracture was in the board for Boros Bully. So that was that one. Oh man, I really don't know what I should do here. So we can pest them X7. All right, guys, we have a pretty good time advantage. Pestilence's trigger is going to go on the stack. If we pest them X7 here, put them down to 8, put ourselves down to 11. And then I have found religion. And then what happens from there? So we have another Pestilence that we can kill them with. They'll have 8 life. We have a gut shot. We can pest X7. If they play a creature, we can just get it there. I think I'm going to... Oh, no, they're a lightning bolt deck. Ugh. Guys, this is hard. This is really hard. What do you guys think? How many activations? Maybe all 7 is too much. It does let us win in the next couple of turns. What's up to Fairy of Zafil? I'm going for it. Whatever, guys. Y'all took too long. I'm pesting X7. And that's the kind of life we're going to lead now. Okay? Pest X7. We're also gaining life off of Quiet Disrepair, so we should be okay. You wait on Pestilence. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's true. I'm going to put them down to 10. We can generate 7 mana, or 7 more Pestilence triggers. Yeah, I'm going to put them down to 10. Let Pestilence go. Glad to have you. Thank you very much for the follow, Teferi of Zalfir. I appreciate it. Play for us. Pass a turn. Now we just need enough mana to cast another one and kill them in one shot. And hopefully resolve another Quiet Disrepair using Gut Shot to force the Spell Stutter action. Ooh, I don't know if I should kill this or not. I think I'm going to try. I don't see our Gut Shot getting any better. Counterspell. Okay. So our opponent's going to get their Ninja, but they've wasted a lot of their interaction. I think we've already seen this Scred. We have. Okay. What's this going to be? Yes, give me the X1's opponent. They get in. Yep. So now we can play Pestilence next turn. Hopefully resolve it. Sure is. Especially because I didn't have a ninja coming down here. They have 3 cards in hand. I have a feeling they've run themselves out of counter magic. Granted, we do have a bunch more Pestilences, so I think we're going to get it down here. Activate on their end step, and then win the game on our upkeep. Or win the game on our turn. Not necessarily our upkeep. Let's try to Pestilence. Do they have more just hard counters? They can't Spell Stutter Sprite it. They have 4 hard counters in their deck. We've seen 1. We just have to draw another Pestilence. We have interaction for all this stuff anyway. I'll O-ring this if they grab this. Or they figure it out somehow. They gush. Okay. And looks like they found it. So they found their counterspell. Yep. So we'll pass through. Delver is a significant enough threat that I'll Oblivion Ring it. Granted, they could find another ninja. All right, so pass through. Add white with this. Just a bunch of white mana. Fairy Duelist. I think Fairy Duelist is actually a pretty decent sideboard card against Tribe. Especially because you're trying to get more fairies on the battlefield for, well, in some decks they're trying to get more fairies on the battlefield for Spell Stutter Sprite anyway. But it's a good sideboard card, I think. People were playing like spontaneous mutations and stuff when Tribe was really popular, and I think Duelist is better than that by a lot. For sure. Countering a gut shot is pretty bad, I agree. But hey, that Spell Stutter Sprite's still kicking around, aren't they? And our opponent found a pretty clutch counterspell for our Pestilence, but we have 4 in our deck. There's Ninja. Okay, now we're looking for answers. Probably cut Delver from blue-red. Yeah, Delver's a bad card. Ninja's going to deck them faster. Hopefully we can gain enough life, find enough quiet disrepairs to make sure they can't kill us. Lands are bad, but we'll probably draw some, because that's what happens. We draw land. Pass turn. It's blue-red fairies now. I think it's the least consistent for sure. They're turning that clock up. 4 Pestilences in our deck. Protection Sphere does well here. It does okay. It doesn't do great. We're even on life for it. Yeah, maybe Pestilencing a bunch wasn't a good idea. Ninja, gonna get in some damage, draw a card. Bone Splitter's a pretty cool card. I've been seeing people play Flare Husk, and I think it's a response to all of the blue-black decks, because I think a few of them are running instant speed edicts. I'm not sure if Nasty's taken that out, if Nasty's changed the blue-black meta by taking out the edicts yet. Ugh, come on, deck. Be a pal. Draw any action. So now they're going to have answers to pretty much anything we play. So we're going to have to let them brain us a few times. Yep. Another sprite. Well, I like that they're just like raw dogging the sprites here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Per turn. It's a 3-turn clock. Yep. Oh, and they have lightning bolts as well. So I imagine we'll see a lightning bolt come out here. Man, if we can just draw a Pestilence. Rip to fairy. Rip. That is bad beats. Get a snow covered. Yep, comes down. 4 cards in our opponent's hand, 18 cards in their library. Sneaking a Pestilence through next turn would be ideal. They only have 2 more hard counters in the deck. I guess a Spell Starter Sprite does get it now, and it's feasible that they have one in their hand. But we can't really risk it because we're down to 10 in their Lightning Bolt deck. Heliod's Pilgrim. What does that find us? Quiet Disrepair? Let's try to resolve it. See what our opponent thinks about that. It can slow down their clock too. We also have no cards in hand. Maybe we should have sandbagged a land for when precisely this occasion came up. They're going to let it go. We would like to search. And what do we want? Hobble's probably just as well because we're trying to find Pestilence or Protective Sphere here. Oh, they might counter it. But I'm going to get Hobble. Quiet Disrepair is a little bit too slow. And this will take them off Ninja as well. And if it eats a hard counter, then it does give us a better opportunity to resolve the Pestilence later. No problem, Depredator. Have a great sleep. You know, I'm a big proponent of good sleeps. Draw a card with Hobble. What do we find? Quiet Disrepair. Well, we kind of got the best of everything here. We got a little bit deeper into our deck. We found our Quiet Disrepair to gain us some more life. Dealt with one of their threats. Yep. Paris the turn back. Everybody needs sleep. You got to try to get at least 7 hours a night, guys. I'm telling you. There's one thing I'm a zealot for. It's a good night's sleep. Jeez. Hardcast Gush. Oh, this is my favorite kind of Gush. Opponent decides not to hardcast Gush. I think it's good here. I think it's beatable, but it's good. Is this Augur? Oh, they're Harvest Piring Heliod's Pilgrim? That's weird. Sure. Listen, guys, listen. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You've gotta get that sleep in, okay? God, be good to yourself. If we do find Pestilence, I'm gonna wait one turn to see if we can find some more gas to kind of prop it up. It is an educational stream. Your brain starts doing really funny things when you don't get that 7 hours. Ooh. That's pretty good. So, Quiet Disrepair, Abundant Growth. Comes in. So now we're getting 6 a turn, and they're dealing 6 a turn, and they have 17 cards in library. So hopefully that means we can win. We are going to go down to 5, so if they have 2 bolts in hand, we lose. Yep. Or actually, we're netting 1 positive life a turn here. So that's kind of nice. Krufix's Insight. Oh, baby. Green, white. So Insight. See how they feel about this. Ooh, nice. Okay. Well, Protection Sphere doesn't really do anything, but we will take all of these cards. So Kirtar's Desire, the Augur. We're just kind of shoring it up, just in case they do stick more threats. I guess maybe we should hold on to this Oblivion Ring for a Delver. Yeah. I'm going to hold on to it. Hold on to both of these. It's pretty exciting, isn't it, TMG? That is an exciting moment when you post something and you're like, just going through it. You're already late for your 7 hours sleep? Maybe I shouldn't do that. I think I probably lost a few viewers there. I was like, get your 7 hours. Oh, you're going to start playing Delver, Teferi? That's sweet. All right, we got him. So, Gutshot's going to come in, help us with that early game. Spell Pierce going to help us force stuff through. Just resolving a Pestilence is pretty phenomenal against this deck, so maybe we want to bring in Duresses to force it through, but they have hard removal, so Orin Arled's not that great. But I think our Gutshots and Spell Pierce is just as efficient ways to fight a Pestilence through on like turn 4 or turn 5 or something. Absolutely, Teferi, go for it. Bad sleep can lead to lower performance on intellectual endeavors. Exactly, Lenkenzi. Get those 7 hours, gang. Spain fault. Oh, okay. Cool. Oblivion Ring out? Maybe. Protective Sphere doesn't really do anything because most of the creatures attack for 1 anyway. It does combo with Pestilence, I guess. And maybe like 1... Maybe Crystallization. I could see taking a ring out here. We can always make a big Gnarlid. I don't really like the Duresses that much. The only spell that we want to hit in their main deck, I don't know what their sideboard looks like. They have like Harvest Fires and stuff, so this could be kind of a little roguey. But the only thing that we're really worried about is about Counterspell, and I think we can play around that well enough so that Gutshot, Spell Pierce shores it up for us. We want to resolve our quiet disrepairs. We want to resolve a pestilence and then win the game. It's kind of all that matters. Getting ballsy with the pestilence earlier was in fact wrong. He who was in the water was right. I would have never thunked it. Well, we have a lot of ways to deal with Gurmag Angler. Imagine a hobbling giant fish. Can fish hobble? That's a good question. Pestilence is an amazing card for one. So that's probably a good reason to have 4 of them in the deck. Just, you know, it can validate a lot of weird strategies in the first place. But I think it's just, you know, you lock down all of your opponent's creatures, preferably a Gurmag Angler that your opponent might even have trouble dealing with, and then kill them with Pestilence. Or just deck them out. Roadie hoagie. Chances of this crew fixes insight resolving, pretty precarious. Heliod's Pilgrim isn't as good in this matchup as it is in others because it's not getting curse. I'm gonna mulligan. What would you bring in? I don't really know. This is kind of a lot of the same. We'll bottom Unknown Shores. I like Curse of the Bloody Tome for sure. Curse of the Bloody Tome is a cool way to play this deck. Well, they have Skred, right? Skred does a lot of work. They had Skred and 6 lands on the battlefield, and we don't have any way to dig for them. We might even just mill over them, right? So it's kind of sketchy. Yeah, Curse is probably, I like Curse better, I think. Heliod's Pilgrim can search up Curse too. So that's pretty spicy. But off to a very slow start here. There's an argument for just gut-shotting this pre-combat, but they didn't play a ninja last turn, so I'm pretty convinced they don't have a ninja in hand. Yeah, especially if they don't have 2 blue mana. They're going to go look for one now. So that maybe... We'll see what they do with their Ponder. If they don't shuffle, I think I'll probably kill Miscreant. And they might have taken the removal out. That's true. For like Echoing Truths and all stuff like that. We'll see. I feel pretty safe going into game 2 Creature Light. And then if we see that there's just like no Skreds or anything like that, then I'm thinking about it. If they play untap, it's pretty obvious that's what they're doing here. They're looking for Ninja, so if they go untap land, especially if it's like Ash Barrens or something stupid like that, if they do that, they're just telegraphing Ninja so hard that gut shotting this pre-combat is better than, you know, forcing a Fertile Ground through a Fairy or something. Or to play around Spellstutter Sprite. That's right. They could just get it down. All right, they got their 2 blue mana. They didn't shuffle, so let's try it. That's probably true. I should have done it with the Ponder on the stack. Yeah, there's Spellstutter Sprite. But they aren't going to get a Ninja down this turn. And we're going to resolve a Fertile Ground. I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not. It was based on what they did. So if they played on tap land, then that's how I knew it would be time. So Fertile Ground up our Blossoming Sands. Pass the turn. And if they do manage to get it down, they'll be tapped kind of low. Gotta hope for not another untapped land. So we can go Heliod's Pilgrim for Kirtar's Desire, lock down the Ninja that they potentially get out this turn. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're dazing. Unless it came in another board. I think we can expect Ninja pretty hard here. No, okay, so they must just not have had one. Sure. Fetching on their turn to get that F6 value, going for islands. So pretty good sign that all the removal came out. Maybe they'll leave up hard counter now that we have the ability to Pestilence. Nope. Oh, if we draw Pestilence off the top. Come on with the money. The money pest. I think we're just going to snap off the Oblivion Ring on this. Although we do have our opening to like Heliod's Pilgrim and Kirtar's Desire, so maybe I will do that. Although it does let them scry every turn, essentially. Until it flips, I suppose. What Delver deck? This Delver deck? Oh, man. We're just waiting for that threat, right? We're just waiting for that threat. We're waiting for Germ Daddy's partner to arrive. This is an opportunity to resolve a Crew Fix's Insight, too. Oh, I didn't get to have a look. Sorry about that, guys. This is a chance to resolve a Crew Fix's Insight, but it doesn't net us mana this turn or anything like that. So I think we're just going to Heliod's Pilgrim. They probably have a null. Maybe they're leaving up a null here for Kirtar's Desire. Pilgrim for Hobble? Maybe the next one. I feel like making sure this Delver doesn't just wreck our face is pretty important. All right, so we got him. Got him with the Kirtar's Desire. Oh, yeah. No, it's all good. That old non-attacking Delver. Typical lazy Delver. All right, our opponent playing pretty slow. Obviously, I got my chops ready yesterday. Oh, opponent, why? Why? Don't do that. A lot of lands in hand. So three lands, 3 unknowns. That's worth noting. We'll see if they show us another card here. Guard Duty? I've never seen that one. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Is that a common? That can't be a common. That's just like better than Kirtar's Desire, right? Oh no, they can still block. They can still block. Okay, never mind. Kirtar's Desire has the potential to be better. Opponent getting in for 2, no ninjas to be afraid of. We're going to run it back, see if they have a counterspell here. Play Plains and Heliod's Pilgrim. For Kirtar's Desire, pretty happy to see a Plains there. They are going to counter it. Okay. Well, this is trouble. We are going to have to resolve some of our business spells next turn, but they're going to have the opportunity to just kind of bowl over us. That is pretty cool. That duty common. Doesn't seem like a duty common to me. Our opponent's going to get in for a lot of damage here. I'm getting a little nervous. They don't flip the Delvers. So we got to expect another spell stutter next turn. Land. I guess I can draw lands. I always underestimate that. Attacks with the fairies. Yep. So what's unfortunate is if they pick up a Sprite with a ninja, we can't resolve any of our 3-drops next turn. They may, but they're putting quite a fast clock on here. Miscreant, tapping a Jillian mana with Miscreant on the stack. That was weird. Pretty big pump fake there. Stormbound Geist. Okay, well we definitely have to O-ring that. Gives us some purpose, you know. Find a forest. All right, so let's start with Desire. Maybe we should leave our black sources as often as we can. The green sources aren't super important. So let's Insight first, sorry. See if we can find a Pestilence. Found a Pestilence, found a Desire, found an Abundant Growth. All right, so now we will use our mana efficiently and O-ring the Stormbound Geist. And then next turn, we'll try to resolve Pestilence. They know we have Pestilence now. I would have loved to resolve it this turn, but we can't. So, and we may yet find another Desire for the Delver. We are 1-0, yes. So we gotta hope they keep not flipping Delver. I feel like they wouldn't have tapped out there if they didn't. Let's see if they reveal Counter Magic to make this a bit easier. I think they still have 1 land in hand after that Gush. They just reveal Preordain. Yeah, one of the known cards in their hand is a Gush, or is a land, excuse me. But they're gonna do a good job concealing information from us. Although I feel like they haven't drawn any non-creature spells in a while. If either of these spells resolve, we're in pretty good shape. Going down to 2 blue mana. They do have an untapped land drop in hand, though. So Maybe. Delver decks can be really fast. Leaning on the timeout condition. Stormbound Geist can come back if it dies with the Pestilence, which I guess is like fine, but giving them 2 turns to attack with it is usually worse. This is the only way to deal with Stormbound Geist for good. I don't know that they can kill us in 2 minutes. They're getting in for a lot of damage here, though. We'll see how many bolts they have. Pestilence getting a heck of a lot worse. Oof. We're at 5. So Pest X2 puts us in bolt range anyway. That's awkward. Hey, thank you very much for the sub to Fairy. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself enough to sub right away. That's amazing. Thank you. Add black. I think we're gonna go for this because they might snap the counter off, and this is actually kind of worse for us than just Kirtar's desiring this. Okay. Probably tapped a little awkwardly there. Play Blossoming Sands, gain a life. And if we desire the Delver, we take 4. If we Pest X1, we take 3. We take 4. So either way, it's pretty much exactly the same. They still have the opportunity to kill us with Lightning Bolt, but we kind of have to take that risk. So go to their turn. Beginning of combat, we're going to activate Pestilence. Probably could have Abundant Growth there. Cycles, yep. They might try to cantrip into the bolt. Oh man, well I really appreciate that. I try pretty hard, honestly. I've been taking a couple of breaks here and there. We'll do it on attacks. Attacks is as late as you can do it. So here they come. We will Pest X1. And if they got a bolt, we're dead. Otherwise, we are in pretty good shape, but they could just have bolt here. Dang it. All right, what do we have on top? Heliod's Pilgrim. Well, that was a way out, but we did die. I still don't think Duress is very good. Or Gnarlid's probably good now. So I'm going to bring in the Gnarlids. I'm going to take out the Pilgrims. I don't think Pilgrims do very much. No, they did stop those Delvers pretty good. I want to win, though. I don't want to just time them out. I want to win with these Aura Gnarlids. You're right. Heliod's Pilgrim provides a little bit too much versatility. It lets us go get these Kirtar's Desires, which can shut them down quickly. That's probably it, though. Duress doesn't really do anything. Maybe bring the O-Ring back in. Over... No, I like this. Okay, let's go. No. That's a little too next level. We get a lot of draws. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's a one-lander, but it's a one-lander that cantrips twice. So we just have to have a land in our top 3? It has Pestilence. And a Journey, and a Crystallization. It does feel loose. This feels like a way that Delver could kill us in 1 turn. Well, God. And now at least we get a Scry. And I think these spells are better against Delver, so I am going to keep. Get a Scry. Pilgrim way to the bottom. How did the Spell Pierce get in here? This is a little better. Land, Abundant Growth, draw card, pass a turn. Well, it looks like we drew into our opener, essentially. Without a Pestilence, that is. Delver, yep. Land would be great. Kirtar's Desire. Well, I think we're going to snap this off. Kirtar's Desire, your Delver. Hopefully we draw land next turn. Almost a definite way for us to... They get Preordain, okay. Yep. All right, we found a land. Sweet. Yeah, so if we can resolve this Abundant Growth, we can leave up Spell Pierce. But they're going to have the Spell Stutter. Okay. Yep. They get the turn back. We got the answer for the first ninja. Yep. No blocks. 19. Prior ponders. See how they ponder. No ninja. No ninja's good. I don't know if they'll time out, man. Delver decks can beat you in a minute. They definitely don't want to tank on this ponder too long. I think they may have already tanked. They choose not to shuffle. Okay. What are we going to see here? Delver. See, this is a Delver. No Delver. Okay. Turn comes back. So, I don't think Ninja is enough of a threat, so we're going to Fertile Ground this. We need our mana. Heliod's Pilgrim comes down. Ooh, they have a null? They don't have a null. All right, pass the turn. Toki Motamare! I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, they get in with Spell Stutter. No Ninja. And just pass. Okay. Leaving up Counterspell, I presume. So we'll go ahead and tap this. Float blue. Tap for green. Journey. Leave the blue floating. Journey Spell Stutter. Oh, they have another Spell Stutter. It's only non-creature, unfortunately. All right. Spell Stutter comes down, gets rid of our Journey. Pass turn. We're out here, man. Zawarudo. Preordains, okay. When they had a Kirtar's Desire Delver, I really wish... No. Yeah, I could have just done this and then left this up. It seriously did telegraph the Spell Pierce, though. Pretty deep telegraph. Yeah, I think we got him. But you shouldn't... It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You should definitely not show your opponent what you're doing. So Abundant Growth, draw a card. Found a forest. Tap these. Heliod's Pilgrim. And that should do it. DJ Glitter, this guy stole my MC name. That's not cool. Have to mulligan, no lands. Pseudo lands, but no lands. This is bad, too. Still a one-lander. We're on 21 lands, so asking for a two-lander isn't a ton. We just have to hit one more land. We get 3 draws at it, but 3 very slow draws. 3 draws in a scry. 21 lands in the deck. Haha, got him. We did win a match, though. Thanks, Tactical Terry. So this is weird. All right, Hustle, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Hustle. Let's go. Get that Hustle luck. Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think it's great. Get Probe turn 1. Oh, baby. I feel like Tribe's a kind of a funny matchup. Street Wraith? What is going on here? Opponent down to 14. They play a mountain and pass. Skepticism intensifies. What the frig is this? Curd Ape? Where am I? Mono red Curd Ape? Guys. I need an adult. Oh dear. I don't know, maybe it's Yep, Curd Ape gets in. Journey. Okay, well, I think it's just more important to develop our mana here. So we'll do that. Fertile Ground on Scour Barrens. They don't have a forest yet. And yeah, the Heliod's Pilgrim definitely going to get in the way of the Curd Apes. Oh, they found their forest. Dang it. 4-color Gorilla Zoo? I don't really know what happened there with the street rates. They bolt us. Okay, we're down to 18. Hardcore combo. I don't know, man. 2 Card Apes and a hardcore combo deck? I feel like we're kind of lost. We can definitely use a land here. This is fantastic. What do we pitch, though? What do we pitch? I guess another land is almost as good as Fertile Ground because we have no lands in hand. Yeah. We will go get a forest. I sure hope so. All right, so we're going to play Heliod's Pilgrim, which can block the borderline. There's Pestilence. Ooh, buddy. So we're going to get Kirtar's Desire. And pacify one of the Card Apes. Yeah. All right, so go get Desire. Opponent is playing lightning fast, so I think they know what they're doing. Get one of the Card Apes. Pass a turn. Oh, yeah. 2 cards in hand. Similar life totals. They're a burn deck, so we're going to have to do something. Just swings with Card Ape and Borderline Explorer. Well, we will trade with Borderline Explorer. We can't do anything about their forests. And we don't have tons to do next turn. 4 mana. Just don't become the Monarch, okay? That would be wonderful. Hooting Mandrills. Okay. Well, we have a Journey to Nowhere target. They're putting the pressure on pretty good. All right, so white. White, green, Journey the Card Ape. Sure. Sphere the Mandrills. And then we can start pinging with Pestilence, but we do have to find a way to gain life before we do that, probably. Pass the turn. Opponent down to nothing. We got an answer for the first thing. But I feel like they're going to draw a bunch of gas. Seems like one of those gas decks. Additional Mandrills? It is Ape Tribal. Whoa! Opponent's on Ape Tribal. They are going Ape over there. Add white. Oblivion Ring, the Mandrills. We definitely got to play fast here. Pass turn. Not enough mana to crew fix his Insight. Maybe. Probably not, though. Free Root Wall of value. No doubt. All right, well, we have to find a Quiet Disrepair pretty soon. It's Vault Scourge. Woo. All right, well, Pestilence definitely coming down now. Yeah. So, tap this for black. Add black. Tap 2. Pestilence. I think, yeah, it just might be like a stompy deck of some kind. So we'll go over to their turn. And unless they try to like enchant up this Vault Scourge or something, we're going to wait until they try to pump Root Walla. All right, so go through the blocks. See if they pump. They choose not to pump. Well, we're going to activate anyway. They'll pump now. We'll take 3 down to 10. We do want to kill this Vault Scourge. And now we can do it next turn twice, and we'll have to go down to 10, which is a little unfortunate. But hopefully we find a Quiet Disrepair, and we should be able to do that with Crewfix's Insight. There's one. Quiet Disrepair, the Fertile Ground. And we want to be able to leave up Pest X2, so we can't Crewfix's Insight here. So we'll just pass. Opponent goes to attacks. Here comes Root Walla. Yep, we'll go through the blocks. Pest X1. If they have a mutagenic growth or something, we are in trouble. Pest X2. Hopefully they don't just have pump spells in hand. That's true. That could be very bad. They might kill their own Curd Ape. Although I'm not sure. We're about to have a life total advantage. Gain some life. A journey. Okay. Don't want to cast that. But we will go looking for additional quiet disrepairs. We find some. I think we should just take pacifisms here. Tap this, add green. Disrepair our abundant growth. Doesn't really matter though. Pass the turn. We won! Okay, so against the super hyper aggressive deck, probably don't want Gut Shot. Protective Spear seems pretty okay. Oran Arlids seem like they're going to block for 100,000 million years without anything ever interacting with them. So I think we want those. I think Pilgrims are okay because they get our pacifisms. Pestilence might not be. It's pretty good. They have a bunch of X1s. So it actually probably is pretty good. Maybe we don't want the full 4 Gnarlids. O-Ring might be a little slow. I can take out 1 O-Ring. I don't think this is obvious at all. Maybe go down 1 Gnarlid. 1 Pest. And then we have 6 kind of awesome answers to their deck. Well, Pestilence seemed really good in that game. Although they do just have a bunch of Hooting Mandrills and stuff. I think Hobble is better than Oblivion Ring in general. But then Crewfix's, we have 4 Crewfix's Insight, right? So I think if we bring in another... I think we're going to change it. You'd play the 4th Pestilence? Yeah, so I think if we're going to remove an enchantment, we're going to put an enchantment back in. I don't think the 4th Gnarlid is correct. Killing them with Pestilence seems reasonable. Maybe we just want 2 Gnarlids, and we won't go too out of our way. You do have to pay life for Protective Sphere, and they have a bunch of creatures. I could see taking out 1 Pilgrim for another Gnarlid. Yeah, I'm hip with that. Let's do it like that. All right, well, we have a Pestilence, but will it be fast enough? I'm going to keep Pestilence and mana to cast it. Not too much to ask. And pretty slow start, unless this is a bunch of Root Wallas. Oh, God. Oh, no. The double Root Walla. Well, guys, we got. That's just the... Walla, 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 walla. They have no green mana, so I don't know which of these cards is worse. I guess Curd Apes die to Pestilence a little more easily than Root Wallas do, so maybe I fire off the journey here. That'll be a big yikes for me, gang. Although these do immediately get bigger, and they can only pump 1 of these anyway, so the second Root Walla is probably worse than the second Curd Ape, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a Curd Ape. Yeah, that's big yikes, guys. That's a big yikes there. That was fast. Opponent probes. Trying to find that green mana. This is pretty much Ash Barrens. Yikes. Let the yikesing continue. So what are we taking? 5? We're taking 6 down to 13 here. Walla Walla Zoo? Man, if they're going to Walla Walla like that. Oh, God. This is not ideal. We find Oran Arlid. Honestly, that's kind of hilarious. But I'm going to play it. It's a good blocker. It's their aura pumping it up to a 3/3. We'll pass. Oh, they have the bolts. Ah! God dang, man. Wow. DJ Glitter is not messing around. What? And BTE. Okay, well... I guess. Nothing does it here. I don't know, guys. That was pretty funny. Or an Arlet off the top. Not gonna do it. We'll pass the turn. Walla 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 walla. Opponent goes to combat. And ends it. Oh my god. Good lord. Okay. Like, I don't know. What's a man to do? Get friggin' walled on. I don't know. Like, what do we do? Orin Arlid seems fine. Gut shots? Yeah, I guess gut shot's okay. Is gut shot better than Orin Arlid? Yeah, gut shot actually seems really good. So we'll bring those in. Maybe the Orin Arlid plan just wasn't ever going to pan out. We'll take the Narlids out. It seems like Narlid was just early enough to get lightning bolted. And we'll bring the sphere back in. Well, Proteus, hopefully soon. You can get their deck list. Oh my good god. That was... Deck, please. Please. Deck. Oh, the quiet disrepairs are like almost worth it. We have a 1-drop. God. Sphere doesn't seem too great. It may be okay on this draw. Opponent's going to start off by cycling some Street Wraiths. Okay, I'm much happier to see Evolving Wilds than turn 1 2 Root Wallas. Oh, we really got to find a land. Another Pestilence is not what we're looking for. Woo lord, gang. I'm going to say our opponent's off to a slow start, and then they're going to Faithful Suiting out 2 Root Wallas, and I'm just going to, like, cry a bunch. That's a 2-3. All right, there's a 2-3. We did it! Okay, so... I'm probably going to go ahead and snap off the Kirtar's Desire. It'll save me 2 life, so it's kind of effectively the same as Quiet Disrepair this turn. And it stops them from attacking just in case they, like, have Rancor or something. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And pass. Oh, is it really? That's super weird. I don't know. I feel like that could represent way more damage next turn than our Quiet Disrepair could save. But you could be right. Yeah, Journey probably would have been better. I can get behind that. 2 mana. Oh my god, are you just gonna like have 1,000 burning trees now? I'm over it. I'm off it, guys. Guys, I'm off it. All right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It should have been Journey last turn. I agree. This is why Augur can't go. Okay, so I guess we Journey a 2-drop. Maybe Root Walla because they only have 2 cards in hand. And pass. They bolt us, 1 card in hand. Probe, okay. Yeah, I guess starting to gain life would be good. This saves 3 damage this turn as opposed to Disrepair would have got us back up by 2. But it does represent saving 2 over multiple turns. All right, what do we get? Abundant growth. Okay. So abundant growth this. We have been found out. We are at 13. All right, disrepair. No ramping this turn, unfortunately. Pass. I hope so. I don't know, man. This has been a horrifying match so far. This is definitely one of those crazy all-in zoo decks. Ugh. We're definitely just dead. By a lot. So even with the next disrepair out, like we're going to go to 8 here. And then I don't really know. Like if we... So, like, we're going to play to win. So, Fertile Ground up Plains. Or Fertile Ground... We'll have to Fertile Ground up this. I kind of don't want to do that. So, tap this. Tap this. Fertile Ground up the basic forest. And make black. Doesn't really matter. Get the Fertile Ground. We're at 8, though. Like, there's a way we just die here. There's a lot of ways we just die here. And I think our opponent knows about them. Or has them in hand. Let's see what they've got. Sweet deck opponent. I've got to say. We're at 1. Lightning Bolt. And we're dead. Wow, guys. That's a little slow. So if we're not up against... Oh my god, is them again? No. Why? Okay. We have Crystallization and Kirtar's Desire to get things started, but... yeah. Hopefully we got this. Miko, Wizards, anyone. There's only like 41 people playing tonight, so it's pretty reasonable, you know, anyone potentially responsible for this. We might win. Hopefully we win. Gonna go fetching. We do get to remove their first 3 threats while we develop our mana base, so we got that going for us. We're up against our opponent having a jillion Burning Tree Emissaries and more Root Wallas than we can handle. Generally. Big yikes, guys. Big yikes. Big yikes incoming. All right, so Kirtar's Desire, the Curdy, because it's dealing the most damage to us right now. Scour Barons, pass a turn. Yeah, they could have just finished the league. Just because you were afraid of this. He's on a new league, yeah. Or they're on a new league. We don't know the gender of DJ Glitter. They did steal my MC name, so I have a feeling that we're somewhat alike. Fertile Ground. Okay, well, we're definitely not removing a creature here, so I think we're going to go take out Root Walla. I feel like it just has enough potential to deal 3 damage next turn. We're trying to prevent as much damage each turn as possible. So we'll Journey the Root Walla. Trace does help against LD and against Enrovahor, which is nice. And we can kind of function on 2 mana. Nerd Ape. No, that ain't Nerd Ape. It's getting desired by the Kirtar over here. Opponent Faithless Lootings. That is 2 huge things in common. We must be quite similar. There's the Mandrills. Opponent's going to get him for 3. 1 card in hand. Okay, maybe we can get this one. But chickens and all that, you know. So basic. Green, white. Green, white. Trace of Abundance, the forest. And then green, white. I don't really want to fertile. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but I don't really want to fertile ground this. because it already produces black mana, but I guess it produces enough black mana. So we'll Fertile Ground, add blue mana, Crystallization, the Hooting Mandrills. And next turn, we have Pestilence. Their Curd Ape's going to keep it alive, and we should be okay. No Spreading Seas, but that's a cool idea. Grapples. Oh my god, this deck is spicy. Let's see what they get back. They can only get back a creature with it, so preferably a creature they can't cast this turn. And I'm super glad we're on the pacifism.deck plan. Paying some life. Or gaining some life? Paying some life. Street Wraithing. Okay, so we draw Jungle Hollow. So we're going to go ahead and tap this, add black. Tap white, get black, and cast Pestilence. Play Jungle Hollow, gain some life. And part of me wants to just Pest X2 here. I think it's just the safest thing to do. They could have pump spells. So I'm going to go Pest X2. Kill their X2s. Pass the turn. They're at 15, we're at 10. We have to find some way to gain life because they are a Lightning Bolt deck. Luckily, Heliod's Pilgrim can go find us a... Well, probably a Pacifism now, if this is a Hooting Mandrills. Yep. So it's going to go find us a Pacifism. They have red mana. Nothing to do with it. Ooh, there's a Pacifism off the top. Sweet. So Kirtar's Desire... Hooting Mandrills. So we're going to go get Disrepair. Yep. We'll tap like this, tap this, I guess. For white, we can still cast Disrepair, so we'll get Heliod's Pilgrim. Get Quiet Disrepair. Go green, green. Disrepair on Trace of Abundance. And pass turn. No, there's no Recumbent Bliss in this deck. I really liked Recumbent Bliss in the original build, too. That was a sweet card for that build. So we'll see if they're out of action. They have Ash Barrens, hardcast. Flashback Faithless Looting. Okay. Almost yielded through, but I do want to Pest X1 on their turn, before their turn goes. We didn't see the Hooting Mandrills in game 2 and 3, you're right. I think they just got lower to the ground, and drew really well. Pest X1. Not enough cards in our graveyard to entirely pacify the Hooting Mandrills. Go up to 11, find Fertile Ground, sure. So we'll Fertile Ground up our... Oh, that's Shroud now. So the one that can't produce black mana. Pass the turn. No attacks. Oh, this also can still block. We can get rid of this eventually when we feel like our life total's cushioned enough. But right now they shouldn't be able to stick creatures. And I don't think they have a way to remove their own Hooting Mandrills. I think the way this has been going, I think Aura Gnarlid might actually be good enough. But like I'm still a little nervous. So we're going to go a little more conservative. We're only going to Pest X2. Staying at 11. Don't really care about Heliod's Pilgrim. Yeah. We draw... What? Pestilence. Okay, pass turn. Crystallization is pretty cool. It's one of those like multicolored answers to Guardian of the Guild Pact, and it's also a way to like remove a creature in a weird way, so we can target stuff with some spells in our deck, mainly our other enchantments. Go to end step, pass 2. Gain 2. And how much Pestilence damage do we have now? Still a little wary of Pest X5, so they can 6 us with Lightning Bolts. We can pretty safely win, unless they bolt us here. Yeah. Okay. We can pretty safely win by just hitting them for 2 each turn. Oh yeah, they're a bolt deck, so we don't want to pest all out and try to kill them here, because even 4 puts us down to 5, which is 2 bolts. They're a bolt deck. We've only seen 1 bolt. So I think just staying even on 9 is pretty okay. Yeah. And we're not in double bolt range here. Gain some more life. Journey to Nowhere. Don't really need to use that yet. Pass turn. See if our opponent runs out some more bolts. They do. We're down to 6. They're also at 6. Precarious position to be in. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. They have a bunch more lightning bolts in their deck. Burning Tree. Sure. Unless I have a way to like give everything haste, we should be okay. And they don't have any red mana to kill us at instant speed, so I think it's just time to end it. Yeah, we got him. Okay, so I think gut shots are going to be good. Especially early in the game. Maybe all the pestilences are too slow. Maybe, I don't know though. Maybe gut shot isn't that great. Orin Arlid seems awesome. If we can keep Orin Arlid alive, I think it's very good. I think Heliod's Pilgrim is too slow. So we'll take out the Pilgrims for the Orin Arlids. We probably don't want this many pestilences, so I'm going to go down to 2, bring in a gut shot, and maybe just keep Heliod's Pilgrim as a blocker. Protective Sphere? Okay. Hey, what's up, Donner Stags Drafter? So we were trying a bit of a different... Yeah. So I think this is how we're going to try it. Pestilence was obviously great in that game, but like Orin Arlid keeps providing advantage. It's a way for us to win the game. Maybe this is just like the aggressive way to win the game, though. Maybe we have to win the way we just did. So maybe Orin Arlid isn't as good here. What do you think, Terry? Oh yeah, Skewer is going to be insane. Why is it so hard for newer cards to come into the Pauper pool? So I think the reason that it's difficult for new cards to come in is because they're competing with stuff at a very high power level. But I also think, and this is something that like I'm crusading as a content creator in general, is because people just have like this general pessimism that they don't do anything. So there's kind of like a small, very dedicated group of Pauper players who are optimistic about new cards when they're released. And we're like, hey man, like these can be playable. Like these can do tons for the format. Like just try it. Just try to make it good. And I feel like lately more have been breaking in. Even kind of marginal cards that people weren't super high on have been, you know, making impacts in the format. And I'm really happy about that. Like, I think we've had almost like one card from each of the new standard sets stick around. You might like the third Pestilence. Well, I took out the Orin Arlids. So maybe we'll go 3 Arlids, 3 Pestilence. We tried this before. I don't think we have anything else in our sideboard that really helps us. I think we have to do it this way. And just hope they don't have a crazy fast start. Yeah, we're getting lots of new playables. This hand's actually pretty good. I think we'll be okay with this one. I don't think we'll be great, but I think we'll be good. So we're going to keep. Got removal spells. We have Crufix's Insight to find a Haymaker. Yeah, Devious Cover-Up. People are still 5-0ing with Hypothesizzle as well. I played Hypothesizzle last night out of a 5-0 list, so there's that. Tough being on the draw against this deck, for sure. I wonder if they kept a no-lander. Forest isn't the scariest turn 1. Fertile Ground, that's a good draw. So play a land. If they don't play a creature, we'll get to Fertile Ground and ramp into 3 mana, which will make the first Hobble pretty good. The only Hobble. I really like Hobble. Man, Tass, what's up? How you doing, Tass? Had a little bit of a Twitter thing going on earlier today. Good to hear from you, Tass. How you doing? So we'll see if they give us something worthy of a journey here. Burning Tree. Ooh, they're going to give us a couple options. Unfortunately. Oh, they're just going to grapple. Okay. Get back Kurt Ape. It's the only target. So going up to 4 mana next turn. Going up to 3 mana next turn. Is it worth it? Or do we just take out this Burning Tree? Oh man, well don't be compromising your sleep schedule. You know how I feel about that. So we're gonna go up to 3 mana next turn anyway. I think I am gonna snap off the journey here. So we're gonna journey Burning Tree. We'll have Unknown Shores to get the Hobble off next turn. And then we can start ramping Crufix's Insight. We should be okay, I think, guys. What schedule? Sir Ocadian Rhythm. Yeah, I guess I became a zealot for sleep shortly after some of our former interactions, you know. All right, opponent's low on creatures, so glad to be on a somewhat slow draw. Glad for them to be on a somewhat slow draw. So we're going to Hobble the Kurt Ape. I wonder if they have any Enchantment 8 in their sideboard. Draw an Aura Arlid. That's great. Okay. They also might have a Bolt for it, so I think we are going to do some Fertile Ground nonsense first. Yeah, they're flooding. That's unfortunate. Found a Journey. Okay. That's awesome. So we will Fertile Ground our plains. Play a jungle. Let's play Blossoming Sands. And pass. Sleep comes available on stream. I'm always talking about it. I'm a zealot for it. I told you guys. Well, that's it. I don't think people brew super often. All right, so how big is this now? +1/+1 for each. So it's up to a 4/4. So I think it's pretty safe to go ahead and commit the Aura Arlid now. Yeah. And then we'll have 2 mana left over. Nothing to do with it, but... So maybe we should Insight, try to find a 2 mana Aura, and commit Aura Arlid next turn. Try to see if we can find one of our... No. Well, we did find more interaction, and we found Trace of Abundance, so that's good. Add green. Trace of Abundance up. The... the Unknown Shores. They might be on Land Destruction. Why not hedge for it? Pass turn. And if they give us something to crystallize next turn, it should be very hard for Aura Arlid to be killed, because now it's going to be a 5/5. And so it'll be 2 bolts at minimum. Hey, they scooped. Sweet. We got them. We're 2-2, guys. We're 2-2. Revenge match. Revenge match. We got there. All right, let's do this. I like Recumbent Bliss a lot. I think that's a cool card. It's got an Insight on time, so I think I'll keep this. There's a lot of versatility. We can Pilgrim into... On turn 4, we can even Pilgrim, search out what we don't find with our Insight, so this is okay. So long as it's not stupid fast, we should be all right. All right, let's do this, guys. Go with Jungle Hall. I'd rather have green mana, more green mana available next turn. What are we up against? Pauper's a great way to hook more players into the game. I agree. It's one of the ways I really fell in love with playing Magic. I was consuming Magic content for a while. Ooh, it looks like we're up against another Delver deck. Well, it's gone well before. Oh man, reasons to have your white mana developed. All right, so let's see if they get a little greedy here. I doubt they will. Running out of Krufix's Insight into... Oh, they're going to flip Delver. Okay, so we are going to be able to pacify this next turn. That is going to make next turn way more anemic, but... It's what got me passionate about playing it, for sure. It seems real nice versus certain decks. I agree. Oh, I think I saw that. It's flash, 1 blue, white. Was it like the new detention one? And I mean, if you're playing those Eidolons that get back into your hand whenever you cast a multicolor spell, it's pretty much card advantage, right? Opponent's going to reveal a Ponder, as Skred Delver is wont to do. Get in with the Insectile Aberration. So it looks like they are on Skred Delver, which we seem to have quite a good matchup against last game, or last time we played against them. Trace of Abundance is a great draw. So we'll play Forest. It just gives us more stuff to do with our mana. And Trace of Abundance, the Forest. Get to play around Daze too, which is kind of nice. Tap this, add white, and Desire. And now we can Pilgrim up a Pacifism to cast next turn, which is awesome. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have 5 mana. So we can, even, and if we draw a 2-drop, we can Krufix's Insight on the same turn, or we can just try to Krufix's Insight into a 2-drop. Yeah, the Flash Arrest. And some builds do have Pillory. Like the Mimic decks will play Pillory. Yeah. Or do you mean Pestilence? Some Pestilence decks play Pillarily Sleepless? Yeah, is that Recumbent Bliss? We were just talking about Recumbent Bliss. That card's so good. I love that card. What do you guys think of the card that... Oh, some versions of this. Yeah, that's cool. As like a win condition? Quiet Disrepair. Well, I'm pretty happy to see that. And our opponent can't counter it. So let's see if we can find a 2-drop that's more worth casting here. So we'll go ahead and Krufix's Insight. Get some card advantage going. Ooh, we found Pestilence. All right. And then we will add green mana. Quiet Oh, can't cast that. Quiet Disrepair the Trace of Abundance. And pass the turn. And if they give us a window to resolve our Pestilence next turn, I almost think we should do it. Because we're not winning the decking race now. Although we don't have a creature ourselves. They could just like scred their own Delver or whatever. We're going to want them to cast an Augur or something maybe before we do that. Although it is so tempting to sneak it out. So tempting to sneak it out. It's just so hard for Delver decks not to draw cards. Maybe they don't know that we're going to try to kill them by decking. They just pitched a scred too. All right, what do we draw? Okay. So we will Quiet Disrepair our own Quiet Disrepair. And play Heliod's Pilgrim. So this deck has about 7 removal spells. So once they waste all of their removal spells on Heliod's Pilgrim, then we'll be good to go. I don't really know what we want here, honestly. I guess more Quiet Disrepairs make sure we stay alive. We have 2 Oblivion Rings as removal spells plus Pestilence. We might just want Hobble, because it's something they might have to counter. We're gaining 4 life a turn anyway. That should be enough. I think we're going to take Hobble and we're going to try to find an opening to resolve it. Yeah. All right, pass turn. And our opponent's a little mana screwed, but we're definitely not punishing them for it. Probably thinking about whether they want to kill this or not. Does not appear that they do. And we're almost safe. I think we can resolve Pestilence next turn. So they'd have to kill their own Delver and kill our own Heliod's Pilgrim. And we have 3 more Pestilences in our deck, so we might as well get our clock started. And they'll be on 2 blue mana next turn. Yeah, so I think it is time to Pestilence. Because you can Pest X1 every turn, and that is a clock. Alright, so tap this. Add black mana. Add black mana, green mana. Oh, we're in our upkeep. Don't do that now. Didn't even draw for turn. That's greedy. Add black mana, white mana, maybe green mana. Pestilence. Pass turn. So now they have to kill both creatures to get it off the battlefield, and they pitched a scred. And they only have 1 red mana. We've snuck it through their counter magic. So it'll be a little while before they can do anything about it, and they can't really cast creatures into it. I wonder if we O-ring our own Pestilence, and then eventually O-ring our own O-ring. All right, they're going to scred Heliod's Pilgrim. You got it. So go to end step. Pest X1. Quiet Disrepair goes off. Because we're not winning the decking war right now, so we kind of have to do something, right? We need some sort of clock. Abundant Growth comes down. We draw Heliod's Pilgrim. Good draw. So white. Play Heliod's Pilgrim. See if this draws a hard counter. It does. Okay. Pass turn. We have 2 more that we can dig to. And they might just be trying to find a removal spell for their own Delver now. And maybe they'll mess up and not do it in their main phase. They don't. All right, Pest X1. Disrepair, Disrepair. We won't cast another one until we're confident it'll stick, but I really did feel like it was time to get a clock started. Add white, green, play Protective Sphere. They're going to counter it? Wow, okay. Well, that's good for us. Because they can't spell stutter any of the cards in our hand. And it's going to take them a while to find a removal spell for their own Delver. And they can't cast any creatures until they do that. Ooh, I should do it on my own as well. You're right. So I did miss a point of damage back there. Yep. Yep. Find Jungle Hollow. More life gain. All right, Pest X1. My favorite aura for a Crypt Rats? Oh, yeah. This opponent just going to pass. Still digging for that removal spell. All right, they're going to scred their own Delver. So we will Pest X1 and Pest X2 and Pest X3. And Pestilence, unfortunately, goes away. I guess this does give them an opportunity to stick a creature next turn, but one creature is not going to end the game. We probably shouldn't play any more of our self-mill effects. Although I love drawing cards. Spell Stutter? Sure. Abundant Growth goes away. And whatever. Hobble that. Draw a card. Quiet Disrepair. Sweet. Yep. Quiet Disrepair. On Quiet Disrepair. Pass turn. We have 3 more Pestilence in our deck. Gushes, sure. And now we're going to get in on the decking race. So yeah, so if they're just going to keep drawing cards, we should be okay. Yeah. So we're not even going to Oblivion Ring this. I don't see why it matters. Yeah. I might Oblivion Ring Delver. Delver might get away with the game. They've only left up 1 counterspell. Now we're good. Yeah, now we win. Or we should now. They still have 1 more card in their library than we do. They shouldn't be able to kill us through damage. I am going to Oblivion Ring Delver, though. And pass. We'll see what our opponent wants to do. Soul Link on a Crypt Rats is nuts. I wonder if they're going to cantrip. Any cantrip, like they can barely even play Augurs. I guess Augur can choose not to. Oh, they're going to play Ninja. Sweet. Okay, so we take 2 off Ninja. I think we just leave Ninja, right? Just in case. Gain some life. No, we're winning the decking race now. So we just got to be careful not to cast our own cantrips, and we'll be okay. I'm going to try to O-ring the Ninja. It is a way that they could find a way out of this. We'll pass the turn. We're going to hold on Unknown Shores. Just in case they do feel like playing around anything. And now we just wait until our opponent decks themselves. Augur, yep. Finds Counterspell. So they can counter a Pestilence, but we're just waiting, really. Gaining 1,000,000 life every turn. And have we seen the Bolt? We haven't seen the Bolt yet. So they might be holding on to Bolt to kill one of their own creatures. Finds Scour Barons, yep. Pass turn. Oh, because of future spell stutters. Yeah, you're right. I had the choice between Hobble and Oblivion Ring. I agree. It's probably the play. Additional ninjas? No additional ninjas. We go down to 51. Miscreant, yep. Gain some life. Gain some life. Gain some life. It did seem right at the time. What do you draw? Fertile Ground. All right. If they want to counter it, then that's good. Fertile Ground up a land. F6. And bolts us down to 54. Delver gonna flip. Good. So we're still ahead. We're still netting life every turn. We're not netting time every turn. We are ahead on time now, though. So we got that going. Here comes Ninja. Yep. And Augur coming back down. The less cards in their library, the better. We're already in match 5. This is... It definitely is a tool right now. But I don't want to go blowing up an enchantment and ruining my life gain. See what we draw. Jungle Hall. Okay. F6. Upkeep stops probably don't matter. Let's see if Delver flips. It does on a scred. Yep. Attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now they're hitting us for 1 every turn. Effectively. And decking themselves faster than they can deal damage. So I think we might still have it. You would rather them time out over mill out. Well, you're a man of culture, Terry, so I don't blame you. Opponent gonna go for the hard cast Gush. Don't feel like picking up lands. I don't blame you. We might not cast any spells this turn. They do have a counterspell in their hand that we know about. Gut shot, okay. I might try to kill something with that on their turn. I might just hold on to it for a Delver, though. Hard cast Gush. This is game 1, but going fairly quickly. Game 1 timeout or just the bee's knees? So Protective Sphere and Pestilence matter. They sure do. It's the only spells that actually matter. We'll let this go. They might have a spell starter that we have to kill with a gut shot at some point to resolve the Pestilence, so I think it's worth holding on to. Another Augur, sure. 20 cards in library, we're at 48. They bolt us, yep. I guess we've already seen, so we've seen 2 bolts. That's good. Journey. All right, well, we might as well try to journey the Delver. Oh, yeah. I think counter plus sprite is pretty reasonable. They've only got 4 hard counters in their deck. Here comes Spell Stutter Sprite, which is going to do it regardless. We can only kill one of the fairies, so yep. Journey, so that exile mattered, turns out. We'll pass. At 51, opponent has 19 cards in library, 5 cards in hand. Now we know. We certainly do. 2 more sprites, 2 more counters to worry about. 1 in their hand that we know about. This Delver, man. Journey. Well, run it back. See if we can get rid of the Delver. Opponent has additional spell stutters. Yep. Pass turn. And Delver. All right, so this is what we're going to try to kill with a gut shot. On their end step. See if it works. Oh man, imagine we've somehow managed to resolve the Pestilence. That would be amazing. All right, so red mana, try to kill Delver with the red mana. Is this the last spell stutter sprite? They dispel. Main deck dispel. Cool. Quiet Disrepair gains us a bunch of life. We draw Abundant Growth. Okay. That's all right. Draw a card. Fertile Ground. Sure. So we'll Fertile Ground up a land that can't produce black, which is currently none of them, but I guess this one's fine. Pass turn. So they have 17 cards in their library. They're drawing 2 every turn. So that means we're 9 turns away. They deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They reveal Fairy Miscreant, so 12 a turn. So they deal 6 a turn. They're only 7 turns away from killing us. So we do have to do something about their board, or we lose. Granted, they are drawing more cards and changing the clock. Yep. We get down to 30. And I think they're going to sandbag that counterspell for the Pestilence regardless. So they probably have the 4th counterspell in hand now even. It's going to be tough to win this one. Kirtar's Desire. Try to desire the already flipped over. I anticipate an answer coming. Let it go. Okay, sure. Maybe they're playing around like a potential Pestilence or something. They might just flip another one here. Yikes. They find Preordain too. So we know about all that stuff in their hand. This Gush is gone. This Miscreant's gone. They still do have No, they fired off Scred as well. Yep, take some damage. You draw some cards. And Preordains. So the more cantrips they fire off, the harder it will be for them to kill us. But they can still save 3 damage. It's true. But they can kind of do this. They can still draw a few cards, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I think we want to wait until we have 2 cards. If we draw Pestilence, we're going to wait a turn to cast it to see if we can draw something to bait out the counterspell. Because we know they have counterspell in hand. There's Pestilence. Well. So now they probably have Sprite and Counter in hand. Because they've drawn essentially their entire deck. No Sprites in the bin. So maybe we have to try to cast 2 spells to draw it out, or just find another Pestilence. Eat as much time. All right, Terry. All right, Satan. Yeah, we still have a couple of turns. There's another Quiet Disrepair. Oh god, I feel like that's worth it. Okay, I'm gonna wait one more turn to see if we draw gas. Our opponent's not even thinning anymore. Yep. We beat Scred Delver fairsy squaresies, all right? This was the menace of the format back in the day. Here comes Augur. Okay, see what Augur reveals. They've used this Preordain. 2 counterspells would be tough, because they do still have a counterspell in their bottom 10. Okay, they have Ponder. Okay. They ponder. You best shout at the devil. Fairy Miscreant. So they are going to draw all these extra cards. I don't know if they're hoping for 2 answers for Pestilence or what. Or 2 answers for this turn. Probably bolts. Turn comes back. See if we can find enough stuff to cast here to make it worth it. Or maybe they're trying to change the clock. Gain 6 life. Forest. All right, we're going to go for a Quiet Disrepair, and hopefully they can't kill us next turn. If they counter this, they spell Stutter Sprite. So we know they have counterspell in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have to try to cast Pestilence here, but I think they have counter in hand. We're just dead to Bolt if we don't, and they've only cast... They might not have Bolt in hand. The Pestilence is just going to get countered, so we've got to pass. They can just attack for 15, Bolt us, and win here, though. So if they have Bolt in hand, we lose. And, I mean, they've drawn their entire deck, so I think they probably have Bolt in hand. They might play 2 more than the ones we've seen. We go to 3. Opponent draws. Lightning Bolt. Fairy Miscreant. Digging for the Bolt, or just maybe rubbing in? I don't know. We still do have to draw gas, though. Oh my god. Wow. We live another turn. They probably have both of their hard counters in hand if they don't have Bolt, though. They fetch Evolving Wilds. For a good shuffle. Good little value shuffle. Find Krufix's Insight. Oh my god. Guys. There's a chance. We could find 2 Pestilences. They're going to counter it. Add black. Add black. Add whatever. Pestilence? Okay. They got us. There was only 5 cards left in their deck. Of course they did. Yeah, we could cast Pyroblast probably. Pestilence obviously would have just won us the game there. But we didn't get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're just dead. All right. Curse comes in. Curse of the Bloody Tome. That could be good. That was close. Opponent's going to brainstorm. All right. Down to 0 cards in library. Ninjas. You got it. All right. So you think Curse comes in? Over what? I think it's just going to be about resolving Pestilence, right? So we want Gut Shot. You have played this deck a fair bit. I'm willing to side with you on that. But what comes out? Protective Sphere I feel like isn't that good. Because most of their creatures just deal 1 anyway. And blue mana is a little difficult for us to make in a pinch. Do Spell Pierces come in? No. Maybe have 1 Pilgrim? A Pilgrim gets Cursed though. Pestilence is the best card in our deck. Oh, that's true. O-Rings, Quiet Disrepairs, all this stuff's going to be important. No, man. Pestilence is crazy against this deck. Crazy good against this deck. Pestilence was built to deal with this deck. I think we might trim 1 Pilgrim or an O-Ring. O-Ring's like a little inefficient. But it is a way to deal with Ninja, although they'll never tap out. Maybe 1 Desire. Maybe 1 Fertile Ground. If we hit our curve. But we do need to make blue, sketchy blue mana. So we don't want to cut any of our mana fixing. I think 1 Pilgrim is risky enough. We still have 5 copies of Tome. All right, guys. Let's try to do this. Let's see if we can't get him with the Curse of the Bloody Tome tech. Scatter Gut Shot to defend us from Delvers. But that was a good draw. I mean, we beat this deck straight up last time. Oh, and if we win, we get the elusive 50-50 record, but on the winning side. So let's hope, guys. Let's hope. Let's pray. Just give me a 3-2. I don't think Duress is super good in this matchup. The funny thing about Scred Delver is that they only play 7, like 11 cards you conceivably take out of their grip unless they were struggling. So if they're on one, if they go like turn 1 Island Preordain, then you could like feasibly Duress there, and if they have no land, take a cantrip. But otherwise, this is a good hand. This is a really good hand. We're gonna keep. We might get there. Go ahead and Blossoming Sands turn 1. Give us access to Curator's Desire turn 2. Our opponent is being wary, playing a lot faster. We find Oblivion Ring. Okay, so I think we're just going to Curator's Desire, the Delver. They could have Daze, but I want to play tap land here. Pass. So we really don't want to Quiet Disrepair our own enchant, or one of the enchantments on Delver. So if they play out even like a Fairy Miscreant here, I'll O-Ring it. Just play tap land. That's fine. They give us an opening to resolve the Pestilence. I feel like we should do it, but maybe we should hold on to it until it makes sense. I don't know. Tough to say. Opponent gets some more blue mana, so I think we're going to see Fairy Miscreant holding up counter magic here, or another Delver holding up counter magic. Yep. Ugh. Okay, well, getting it out of their hand is somewhat important. So we're going to try to run a Journey out here. See if they've got it. Let Journey go. Okay, so it's Spell Starter Sprite. That's good. Means we can do this. We should be able to. Yeah, pass turn. I think they know what spells matter. Quiet Disrepair definitely delays the clock. No, it's just a Sprite. Okay. So they have no red mana. Oh, man, I really want to get this Pestilence down, but it just does nothing right now. Especially if they Ninja and we stand to be able to O-Ring the Ninja. Yeah. We don't have enough life gain now that we want Ninja to stay on board. But we could resolve a Pestilence next turn. And they would have to kill their own ninja. That would just feel so good. They're going to gush. Okay. It does let them leave up 2 mana. Quiet Despair gains some life. They pitch Red Source. Well, should we see if they have counter magic or not? Is it time to try to pest? Or is it time to try to deal with ninja and stay alive? I think it's time to try and pest. We have 2 in hand. Let's see if it works. That gush was pretty good for them. They have a grip of 7. Be hard to believe if they don't have another hard counter. Yeah. Okay. Delver doesn't flip. No reason giving us any extra information. So Miscreant here does make next turn a little more awkward. But we will jam Pest and see if they have another hard counter. If they did find another hard counter in that few cards, then, man, you got us. Because I think that's... Then we'll just end up digging to more Pestilences. But hopefully they don't have it. They have it. Okay, that's bad. Well, if they... So, okay, so now if they don't have Miscreant, then we should be able to O-Ring Crystallization next turn, which is pretty okay. Ninja draws a card. I mean, it's not fantastic, but Augur. Okay, so we are going to get to shut down this whole value stream that's going on. We got kind of lucky on having the 2 Pestilence in our opener, and then... Oh, man, that's awkward. Okay. Gain some life. Draw O-Ring. That's good. Can I cast Crystallization like this? I can. Okay, so try to O-Ring Ninja. And we will attempt to crystallize the Delver. Well, I don't... So it was pretty unlikely that they had both counterspells in their opener. Delver is going to leave up 2 blue mana for the rest of their lives. That's just what Delver does. So they don't flip. They might have drawn a land. Or they probably just aren't giving us information at this point. So we're going to see the Ponder. No, just more Augurs. Okay. Put some cards to the bottom. Gets Evolving Wilds. Cracks it. I mean, they do have 2 more counterspells, and we haven't found our blue mana to get our Wincon online. So we're in a little bit of an awkward position. Find Quiet Disrepair. Okay, let's try to resolve that. On Quiet Disrepair. This might draw a Sprite. It doesn't. Okay, maybe they know it doesn't matter. Really. It kind of matters, but... But yeah, Delver just doesn't ever tap out a double blue. You got to try to get in when you can. All right, they're going to Ponder. And it was like it was the part of the game where they had the least amount of card selection. I wonder if they have snaps in their sideboard or anything to deal with their enchantments. Probably. Probably have Echoing Truth. Or no, they're running like Trickery stuff instead of Echoing Truth. More Augurs, yep. It's a clock. Augur beats are a way to do it. They Brainstorm. Well, we're playing the hope they don't have hard counter game. They gush. It's going to be a fairy. Yep. So now they can counter O-Rings. So that's a little tenuous. Gotta find gas. Well, they still have 2 blue mana up. Right? Like they would still have 2 blue mana and a counterspell in their hand. I guess we could, I don't know, keep threatening their threats until maybe they ran out of counter magic, but I don't know, man. That seems a little sketchy. I do feel like they have spell starters right now, and I don't want to give them value for it, so we are going to hold on to O-Ring. But this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough to win from here. Those 2 hard counters on Pestilence. They would still have hard counter. They had 2 hard counters in hand. Right? It's just they still would have had hard counter. I get what you're saying. You should now it would be a chance to stick a pest. If we found it. But they also might just have a null at their sideboard. So now we need Pestilence. Bad. It's not even awesome here. Krufix's Insight would help. Nope, just lands. All right, pass. Bolts us. Yep, probably dead. It is all ifs, ands, or buts. You could be correct, though. I'm willing to admit that. And attacks with a squad. So they're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a turn now. To our gaining 4, so they're effectively doing 3 a turn. But we're pretty low on life. There's Stormbound Geist. All right, Quiet Disrepair ticks up. We get some life. And now I feel like they'll definitely have... All right, see if we can snag a counter with this. Okay. Maybe with this. Curse looks real bad here. Okay, we have 2 O-rings now, and I think we can only cast 1 this turn, unfortunately. We do want to get rid of that Stormbound Geist. Let it go. All right. Pass the turn. I feel like they should have. I feel like they don't have Sprite in hand now, if they didn't counter that. But it's definitely possible. We haven't seen that Brainstorm either, even with that fetch, so they gotta like their hand. Just 2 pests in the bin. Opponent gets Hydro Blast. A little bizarre. I guess for Gut Shot? Or they might think we're running Electricity or something. Preordains. Just trying to find those burn spells. They have the Lightning Bolt. There's another Miscreant. It's going to be tough now. It's going to be very, very difficult to resolve a Pestilence at this point. But hopefully we can. Hopefully we get super lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So opponent's doing 4 a turn now. So we have not very many turns to get out of this. Gain some life. Trace of Abundance. Okay. On Blossoming Sands. We'll just pass. 22 cards in their library, but we're dead very soon. Especially if they have a bunch of burn spells. Is this Gush? Yep. Man, we drew really badly. I feel like we flooded out pretty bad. How many spells did we resolve? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They resolved a heck of a lot more spells than that. So maybe we just drew the wrong half of our deck or something. I don't know. We didn't win game 1, though. They beat us game 1. Oof. Yeah, we're definitely dead now. All right. No way out of this besides a resolved Pestilence, so maybe we'll draw it. Hobble is a redraw. They don't have to counter it unless they lose the game. Nah, nothing we can do here. I guess this blocks one of these. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if we pacify one of these, we still lose the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Yeah, no, we're just dead. Hey everyone, out in YouTube land, first off, thank you so much for hanging out for the entire league. I really appreciate it. Tonight, we were on this crazy prison enchantment control deck. It was awesome. Krufix's Insight drew a ton of cards when we needed it. Pestilence locked decks out of the games when it should have. Sometimes all of your Pestilences get countered. That just happens. Anyway, I loved this deck. It was something that I feel like I would love to tune or play with enough to get really good at it. I think you should try it out. It feels really good. The lines are actually more straightforward than you think because there's so much ramp in the deck, but it's got enough complexity because you're always drawing to like your Pestilence or your Hobble or something weird like that. Anyway, give it a try. Enchantment Control. Methodical has a ton of great videos on their YouTube about it. It's just, it's a great deck. Everybody loves it. So thanks so much, everybody, again, for hanging out for the entire league out there on YouTube and for hanging out for the whole stream out here on Twitch. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, guys. And for you guys over on Twitch, thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows. Here's the Discord where we hang out and chat. Here's a deck tech for this deck right here. I wrote an article over on Reddit tonight. Don't mind going over there, give me a little update. Let's signal boost that moth. And in the meantime, I'm going to go find a Twitch streamer to go hang out with when we're done. Hopefully there's a Pauper streamer out here. Pauper streamer's playing? Nasty. Oh, that's nasty. All right, guys, let's go hang out with Nasty. And for now, all of you, have a fantastic night.